Greetings, welcome back to PinkOddbird. Today I have a custom order that I received, and it's not really a set theme. It's basically a book that's been tailored to all of the likes of who the new owner will be. So she gave me a list, a laundry list of things that she wanted included, and I think I was able to include everything that she had on her list at least once in the book. So that was my goal, and I was able to do it, thankfully. I'm calling this the Mismash book because she has lots of likes, and basically, let's talk about it. Here's the cover. I did cover it with a collage medium so that it is protected. On the back side, I have two teal brads here. I made this strap and covered it with 3 different trims. Did I say strap? Yeah. And covered it with 3 different trims. And she wanted to make sure that the book would stay closed. So I did one of my cool closures that I like to do. And I did this first on my travel mini album a little while back. I had closures like this on that book. And then on the side, I just have some pearl trim here on the spine. So let's go into the book. I'm going to try and point out some of the things that she requested me to put in the book. I did do some stamping in like pink and teal. I have an altered paper clip with a unicorn on it. So a little unicorn there. And then she wanted a mixture of coffee stained and not coffee stained. So this is my first book like that. So I think it came out kind of neat. I like the combination of the two. I have some sari silk that's been avocado dyed that I added at the top that I got from Nicola. So thank you, Nicola, for all of the lovely sari silk. Tsunami Rose mason jar because she likes mason jars. So I put the jumbo ones in. And then a little sparkly skull because she likes skull also. All right, so this one backed with cardstock. I do back some of them sometimes to give them more strength and stability. This is a piece of cardstock with like children's writing paper lines. She likes Southern Prep, and that was a hard one for me to kind of incorporate. So I used the color scheme of like what Southern Prep looks like, and this kind of reminds me of that. It's got all those color elements in there. She can put pictures and stuff like that here. There's lots of writing space. Her name also starts with an A. So I added this in, and the little journaling area there. And this here is a tuck spot. Wherever there's tuck spots, she can also like write around. You know, it can all be used. She also likes chevron, so I have a little bit of chevron washi tape here. A journaling card that I put some gold trim on the top, and I just stapled it on there. This is an old craft bag that I have. Things can be added to the front and backs of these kinds of items, pictures and writing. Pictures and or writing can be done on areas like this. She likes makeup, so I have a little Avon ad. She also likes vintage, so with those elements that she likes, like makeup, purses, shoes, I did them in a vintage fashion, so that's how that was all incorporated and tied together. I also have a little monkey here because she likes monkeys, so that monkey's just hanging out. It's also a tuck spot here, so she's able to tuck things under, and then she can also still use the page in full. Some washi tape here, a doily. She also likes anchors, so I have a little woodsy with some cheesecloth behind it, and then this little coffee stained anchor, which I thought was really pretty. It's coffee stained on the back. And then this is another tuck spot. Vintage shoe ad. Little piece of lace. I did some stenciling on some of the pages with different stencil patterns. And I think I did all the stenciling in pink. I don't even know if you can see it. It's really faint. But that one's the Tim Holtz Gothic stencil. There's another tuck spot here, so she can put something under there. Washi page from the Velveteen Rabbit children's book. I added some sewing pattern paper here on the edge. Here's another pocket. So it's a vintage purse ad, and you can put some stuff under there. And the space can still be utilized. This paper came lined, so just another writing area. This is the center of the first signature. I left it how it is so that she can use this as a spread for whatever she wants it to be, images or writing, however she wants to do it. Another vintage shoe ad. I like the shoes from those days. Another little monkeys up here. Here's the other end of the Velveteen Rabbit page, and I put some really pretty soft trim on the edge of that. I used the Deb's tab technique here to make this tab, which I think I've used before, but she revamped that post, so it reminded me of it, so I used it again. Beauty and the Beast is another one of her favorites, so I added this little vintage Beauty and the Beast piece. Another anchor backed on cardstock. Another Southern Prep element. This says Daily Dose of Prep. This envelope is made out of Beauty and the Beast book page. And then on the inside of that one, I just have extra coffee stained paper. So she can put a little note in there. And the coffee stained paper smells so good. I love that smell. Okay. So here, the pineapples also reminded me of Southern Prep. That kind of came up a lot when I Googled it, so that's why I added the pineapples in too. Some more stenciling, sticker. She also likes cowboy boots, so I backed it on coffee stained paper. And this little tuck spot that I made with the little monkeys. And they're hanging onto a branch. It's so cute. Another coffee paper. The other end of the bag. She also likes skulls, so I stapled some Sorry Silk. Did I already say I got this from Nicola? And skulls. Skulls and roses, because she likes both. So that's there. This is like a vintage Hallmark bag, by the way. I got it in an estate sale. It's from 1985. So here's that avocado stained paper, which it's really pretty in pink, and I'm almost positive that the camera is not picking that up, but it's there. So here I have another anchor. This is also kind of Southern preppy, the style of it. I didn't back this one, I just distressed it with pink, so the edges are pink. And then I just made a little birdie collage down here with some birds that I got from Cindy. Thank you for those, Cindy. I put some washi. This is the center of the book, so I have some sequins trim going down the center. I used Nick the Booksmith's technique with the salt to get the speckled look on the coffee stained paper. Thank you, Nick the Booksmith, for the great idea. So here I just have some trim at the top, another Beauty and the Beast element here. There's some sparkly gold and white baker's twine layered behind it, and it's just put on some music paper. She's from Atlanta, so I have a little vintage map of Atlanta that's just coffee stained. And then another little enchanted rose little writing area that I backed with coffee stained paper. And it has some, however I stained it, it has like imprints of like writing, so that's kind of neat also. A little vintage lady. This was a Palmolive bar ad. Another one of those tabs that I made. Some more washi tape, some fishnet stenciling. This is an Avon ad that I added in, backed on coffee stained paper. Here, this it says Sweet Southern Song. I just liked it because it's the colors that she likes. It's Southern, and yeah. And I just distressed it with pink, and it's backed on coffee stained paper. Another Beauty and the Beast element. Some more sewing pattern paper. Some more Sorry Silk. I had to leave some of these pages kind of empty because the book was getting really full. But it's also good because then she actually has somewhere to write. Another monkey. This is, I didn't glue this one all the way down in case maybe she wants to tuck something under there. But look at how cute those monkeys are. Another sticker and some washi here. Little recipe for Georgia pecan pie. Here's Princess Belle, and I just added some trim at the top. And then inside, I made her a little pocket. So inside is a peach that says Georgia on my mind that I backed with coffee stained paper. So a little secret spot there. So my vintage music paper. Here's a little card that says be the best version of you, backed on coffee stained paper. So this is an envelope. I just stuck this carte postale on there, put some lace trim, and then another journaling area, this little card with birds on it. So there's a lot of writing space in there. So she likes shoes, and also cowboy boots. So I put these together, the little vintage shoe ad with the cowboy boots. And it's kind of neat too because like she can still write around here because this side is light enough. She likes paisley. And on this side there's more paisley. And then just a little card that says today. And then I put the unicorn because it's magical. So maybe this is like the today is magical page. And then I lined it with that children's writing paper cardstock. Okay. Stamped a little feather in pink. Some vellum paper with roses. Some more avocado stained paper. This is a little etiquette piece. This one is talking about traveling outside of the country etiquette. So I like to add those in my books. And then just a little tuck spot with that little fella and the rose. Stenciling, washi tape. This is the center of the second signature. So here I have just added little punched out hearts to the strings. And then added some gold washi tape down the center. And then okay, so she likes guns. So I found this little cute pink gun, except I didn't know it was like the size of a peppercorn. So I really wanted to add it, and I couldn't think of a way to add it in this book that it wouldn't potentially get lost. So I decided to make a shaker, and I attached it to this heart that has a string, and I put it on a paper clip so that it's detachable so that she can actually shake it. So that's the idea behind the shaker. So when she gets this and she shakes it, she can actually get it to a point where she will be able to see the little tiny pink gun that's in there. And then I just added some other sequins, some cutout punched hearts, and another anchor. So thank you, little gun, for being too small for anything but a shaker, because I have added a shaker to my book. So another vintage purse ad here. Some vellum paper, some gold heart washi tape, some more stenciling. I don't even know if you can see the stenciling in the... I like this little tuck spot that I did there, and there's some stenciling behind it and a vintage shoe ad. Shoes are like $1.88 back in those days. Can you imagine? Sheesh. Now people pay like thousands of dollars for certain shoes. So this one says Cowgirls Rock. And this, okay. So as some of you guys know, I recently had a large haul that I got. And I sent some of these large coffee filters out to some of my friends. And I had a great idea today. What I was doing is I have been backing, as you can see, some of these pages with coffee stained paper. But in this case, what I did was I had coffee stained a coffee filter. And I originally was just going to glue it to the back of paper and let it just be, you know, a little, just how it is, but with this coffee filter on the back. But I decided that I would leave it whole because I kind of glued it in the center and I didn't want to waste the edges. So what I did was I glued this to the back of the paper and I tested it first to see how it would be. And you can still write on this, which is perfect, because if she wants to write a little note on here, that's great. But I thought this was a really unique way to use the coffee filter because it gives it's another way to add a different dimension to the vintage look in your book and still have it be functional, because I am all about functionality And if it's just, it has to be practical. And since you can still write on it, I feel like it's practical. So I thought that was kind of a neat way to use these coffee filters. So, and then on the inside, it's just an image with little cowboy boots, a man and a woman. And I figured that she can lay something in here, like a little note or a picture maybe, and then she can just fold it back up, and it's a cute little note package. So I thought that was a great idea, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So if anybody else besides my friends who I sent some of those to has coffee filters that big, that's a really neat idea that you can do to give another vintage look to your book. So moving on, sticker, doily, music paper, Tsunami Rose mason jar. She likes makeup, so here's a little makeup writing paper. Hot Lips. It's kind of a neat one. Some sparkle washi at the bottom of the page. So this little enchanted rose, it's supposed to, I thought that the rose would be punch out, but it doesn't, because that's not the way the die is made, I guess. So the gal is going to send me a contrasting cut of the flower so that I can layer it on top of this. And once I get that, then I will attach it here to the book, or maybe I'll leave it paper clipped, either way, or make it a pocket. I don't know. That's just the last little piece that needs to be done, is just that little rose. But I have 1,000 things to do, so I had to get it done today. So a little rose paper on the inside, another Beauty and the Beast envelope. I think these envelopes are super cute. On the back side, I have a tag that I coffee stained, and I stamped Beauty at the bottom. And then there's just a little teal boot charm. So she likes teal and she likes cowboy boots, so there you have it. Just an index card here with a little low-rise belly band and a little punch that I used as a stopper. This is like one of my favorite Tsunami Rose envelopes. I just did some layering on the front, so it's so pretty, so pretty. And then the note paper on the inside that comes with it. So we're almost to the end here. Oh, I didn't put this. So this, I paper clipped it so that it can attach to the page. But this says it'll turn out all right in the end. And I wanted this to be the last piece in the book because Beauty and the Beast means a lot to her. And I just wanted it to be really pretty. I outlined it with some lace and backed it with coffee stained paper so she can write a note or add a picture to the back. And I thought that was really pretty to have in there for her as the last element. I think that's Mrs. Potts. I think that's her name. And this is the end of the book. There's my stamp. And that's it. So here it is. I hope she really likes it. I think I love it because I love the way it came out. It's stuffed. I appreciate her giving me the opportunity to make this for her. I'm always up for challenges and something new, and this was definitely a challenge. So getting this all incorporated in a cohesive way, it was super fun. So thank you for that. Thank you all for watching and being here with me to share this. And until next time, toodaloo.